Hello, magical ones. I'm your fairy witch, and I'm here to do our episode number 2 of our podcast, and I welcome you all for joining us. We are out here in the fairy garden, and so I thought I'd give you guys a tour to see what's been going on and what I've been working on. And we're joined by the garden cat family out here too. They're out here. We got the little kitten. There's little Spitz. Alrighty, so we're gonna do a quick tour here, just my layout, which I have been working on. I actually created this garden a few years back. Sorry, there's a flapping tarp above us, so I have some shade, but the wind is blowing. So I have my little garden here, and I also raise and grow sunflowers. So I've got 2 new ones started here in these little cement planters, and they've actually only been planted. I only planted the seeds maybe about 4 or 5 days ago, and you can see how much growth is already in there. It's great. It's one thing I do like about sunflowers, is that they usually grow pretty quickly. You do have to keep them watered because they do like sun, but they do burn. So you have to keep them watered really well. And you don't have to plant the seeds very deep. Usually like maybe an inch or 2 within the dirt, and then just kind of cover it up lightly. That way they can poke through easily. If they're not poking through and it's been a while, you might have too much dirt packed on top, so you might want to take like a little wooden dowel and just kind of gently pull the dirt off the top and give it a chance to see if there's any green leaves. If there are, then just give the leaves a chance to burst through the dirt on their own. If you're not seeing any growth at all, then it's either they're just buried too deeply and they can't poke out yet, or they didn't take root, which is odd. That doesn't usually happen. They usually take root pretty quickly. But anyway, I've been growing sunflowers for, probably 3 years. And I have tried different varieties, and I usually put the wooden dowel markers in on them. I didn't do that this time, so I'm not sure which ones are which. But that's okay. Mystery is a good thing. So, this is my little Dusty Miller here. He's got some weeds growing in him that I need to pull. These greeneries need to be pulled out, so I need to do that. Hi, Dusty. The matriarch of the garden family kitties. This is Dusty. She just had 3 kittens about 3 weeks ago. Last night she brought them out here so we could see them for the first time, but I don't see them out here with her right now, so they must be hidden away somewhere. Hi, Dust. Hi, pretty girl. But anyway, the Dusty Miller definitely needs to be weeded again. And he had a lot of growth down here, which I had to chop off because it's old, it's getting hard, they're falling off. But the center here has got a lot of nice, new, fresh, velvet-feeling leaves. So I know those are all new growth. So it's still doing well. I had to transplant it into this pot about a year ago or 2 because the kittens kept digging them out. They kept playing in them. It was doing really well. It was in the ground, and it was over here towards the patio, and they kept sitting in it and sitting on it and playing with it, and they kept breaking it. So I finally rescued it, stuck it in a pot, hoped it would transplant, and it did. It's been doing well, but it's happy here. It doesn't the table kind of covers it, gives it some shade. It still gets sun, and but it's been there. I don't move it, and it's happy. So it's doing good. We've got our hummingbird feeder here. They do come around. Right now they probably won't because it's breezy and the tarp scares them. But they usually come around the evenings. And I've got my little Zen garden area here. This was all full with sand. I tried to make it look like a Japanese Zen garden with sand and everything, but that was over a year ago, and the sand's been dug out or the wind's blown it away, and I can't replace it right now. But the little figurines and stuff are still here. And I've got another sunflower. He's got one big bloom. The other two, like I say, these other two buds, because of this heat wave we're in, you know, they're still green, but they're dry. I think they're dead. I have to trim them. But we've got one big bloom, which is weighing down. I'm going to have to trim him off and take him in because he's just too heavy. But yeah, this is a biggie. This is a biggie. And he does have a marker. I usually just use the wooden dowels from the craft store, and then I write in the name. And this one is, it's a skyscraper. Okay, so that explains why it got tall. Finally, it got a tall one, but it didn't do a huge bloom, but it's good. It's a good size. So yeah, so that's the skyscraper. Now this little thing, this is the mystery plant. This sucker is supposed to be a sunflower. I know because I had the seeds, I planted them. I planted them before, that variety. That is not a sunflower. These are not sunflower leaves. I don't know what this is. I really have no idea what this plant is. Now, it's funny because every once in a while, little tiny pink lavender buds kind of open up, but then within the day, they shut up, and so you don't see them anymore. I have no idea what this is. I don't know what seeds were put into the sunflower packet, but they're not sunflowers. So that's the mystery plant. I'm kind of keeping it alive because I don't know what it is. And it's living. This one's a little dried out. I just watered everything about half an hour ago. So it's a little dried out from this afternoon, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. Mystery plant. Okay, now this one is a sunflower. This is the Pike's Peak, and I haven't ever planted that one before, so this is a new variety. There's no buds yet, and I see bugs have been eating the leaves, but it's really got some nice greenery. It's really growing nicely in this little pot. So we'll see what it looks like, when it blooms. Now this fella, he's another sunflower. Now this one is the Stella. And I have planted the Stellas before. And this sucker, he got pretty tall. Whoops. And I went up to turn. There we go. And I got a big bloom there at the black center. And then he's got this big bud. And I got three little buds here. Whoops. Got 3 little buds all in here. All growing up. So this guy is doing really good. It's already bloomed before, and I pulled out all the old stalks that had already bloomed and died, and so this one just kept on going. So I'm like, okay, great. It's still gonna keep producing flowers. So let's keep it up. So yeah, so that's the Stella. Like I say, I'll try to turn it one time. So that's a good one. And I've got some empty pots here. Now this one with the yellow marker was supposed to be, it was something new. A marigold. And it didn't take. I mean, even when I watered it, it looked just as dry. Nothing happened. So unfortunately that was a waste. But I tried. Wind is coming up, which is good. Still warm, but at least we got breeze. And I got my little garden table here. Okay, so I don't lose it, because the wind is picking up. So this is my fairy garden for now. Like I say, I spend a lot of time trying to weed out here, and the cats joined me out here. Dusty was here a minute ago. She took off. So again, this is my little garden. And again, this is another one of those mystery plants. This was supposed to be a sunflower, but again, that is the same leaves as that little one I was telling you about, just showed you in the little pot. This is the same darn thing, and it's supposed to be a sunflower. This is not a sunflower. So I don't know what on earth were in those packages of sunflower seeds, but they were not sunflowers. And I have no idea what this is. I really don't. The kitten's playing it every once in a while, but it's still growing, it's still living. I just don't know what it is. It's so annoying. It's a mystery plant. But anyway, we will see if anything blooms. If not, I'm going to have to yank it out and start over. So, and I got my little fountain here. I love my little fairy fountain. It's not fancy. It's actually dirty. It's got dirt in the bottom. I need to clean it out again. I should buy a new saucer. I will when I can. But anyway, this little fountain is just great. I like to sit out here and listen to the water. And the cats come over and drink out of it, even though they've got a perfectly good bowl over there that has all the stuff in it they need. But yeah, they come over here and drink it. So we all enjoy the little fountain. And I think I hear a hummingbird behind me. Let me see if I can catch him on the screen. Yep, there he is. Oh, he flew away because, oh, there he is again. Last night there were like 4 of them trying to compete for the feeder, but the tarp kept scaring them, and then the cats came in checking them out. They got nervous. But yeah, we do get hummingbirds, which is really nice. I like having the birds. If I could afford the wild bird seed, I would be feeding the other birds as well. I used to. I just can't spare the money for bird seed right now. I would like to very much to encourage the birds to come back. Granted, you have to worry about the cats, but... Oh, there's another hummingbird. 2 of them at the same time. They're going to chase each other off. But I can't close the door, so at least it gives the birds a chance to get away before the cats get in here to get to them. So that way we kind of have a little bit of control, so the birds don't get attacked by the cats, and the kitties can still come and go as they need to. So I do try. I'm trying to think of everybody and try to have some harmony. We will see. Anyway, so this is my fairy garden, and like I said, I do try to spend time out here. Every day I come out and water. It's been so hot. I have to do it really early in the morning and then again this evening. And there's still a lot of weeding on the outside of the garden to do, which I won't show you because it is a disaster. I really, if I had the money, I would be hiring gardeners to help me just get it under control. But no equipment right now. I have to do it all by hand. That's very difficult for me. But it's got to get done. So that's an ongoing project. I will be continuing to show you that and talk about it. But for now, this is our little fairy witch's garden. And like I say, I would love to keep improving it. I want to keep adding to it, improving it. And as money allows, if I make any, or if anyone would love to donate to me, that would be so fantastic, so that I can feed the cats and feed the birds and buy what I need and pay the water bill so I can continue to water everything. And that would be fantastic. So there is a PayPal link attached to the video. If you're interested, just click on it. Takes you right to it. Just add a little note as a donation when you do it, and that would be fabulous. I'd really appreciate it. So for now, though, we are out here, and I'm trying to connect with the fairies, and I would like them to know that, I'm thinking of them, and I'm connecting with them, and I come out here and try to sit down and meditate. I might do some drawing, I might do some journaling, I might just write a poem, or I just sit out here for a few minutes with the cats roaming around, listening to the little fountain, and just trying to zen out, and meditate a bit and try to connect to nature and just relax. So You know, you can have any kind of size fairy garden. I encourage you to make a fairy garden if you don't have one. It doesn't have to be this big. You can do like a little plant. You can do like a little flower pot. Like if you live in an apartment or if you have a terrace apartment and you don't have a lot of room, you can get a big, one of these big pots and fill it up and make your own little fairy village. Add your plants in it, whether they're real or artificial, whatever, and just get out there and enjoy it. You can make it bigger. You can make your whole entire garden into one, or you could just do something smaller, whatever works. It's a great project for kids. It's a good project for seniors. It's a great project for anybody, especially if you want to meditate or get into crafting or artwork. It's great. It's fun to go to the stores or online and find all the little fairy garden figurines and furniture and houses. And, you could build your own. You can make them out of other stuff, repurpose, recycle, or you can just buy them if you can afford it and just set up what you want. And it's a way to connect to the fairies. It's a way to let them know that you like them, that you're interested in them, that you're welcoming them, that kind of thing. So, that's totally up to you. But it's really a great project. So build a fairy garden and enjoy it. So that is my fairy garden tour for today. Keep tuning in. There will be more. And we'll show you the changes and everything else that we do as I can do them. But for now, I thank you so much for joining us. And we hope that you have, a great fairy day. Get out there and meet, join up and connect with them. Make your own fairies meeting place. And again, we just welcome you and thank you for tuning in. And we hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much.